Hey everybody, Chuck back again with an interesting and I think pretty useful update to my Ender 3 printer. As you may have known if you've watched my other videos, my original cooling fan, this little thing here, got the little duct on the bottom that comes with it. This is a 40 by 10 millimeter fan. It failed, started humming and making all kinds of noises. And I've been pretty much keeping it alive by dousing it in WD-40 every time I want to make a print. So I finally decided to go ahead and look for some upgrades. At first I thought I was going to make something, and then I found this thing, and you're looking at it here, called the Petsfang. And the Petsfang is an update for a number of different printers, and it fits on the Ender 3 obviously. And it consists of a new base plate that replaces the stock Ender 3 base plate, and it also has this ductwork that fits around it. And you can't really see the base from here. There you can kind of see it on the other side. It's in a slightly darker color of purple than the outside, and the reason I'm using this purple is because we picked it up for a project my wife was making, and it would not feed right off the spool. And we finally got that project done. I babysitted a 17-hour print and checked it every 10-15 minutes and got it done. And now I just want to get rid of what's left on it so I can pitch it. I also printed this little thing, which I'm hoping is going to keep this out so things pull off the spool at a better angle. We'll see. I'll let you know about that and what I think of it. But back to the Petsfang. Here comes the other side of it, and you can see how it mounts. It fits exceptionally well, and it's got ducts at the bottom on both sides. And it replaces the stock fan with one of these. This is a 50 by 15 millimeter blower fan, and you can see the hole in the bottom, and that obviously mounts right there. These are 24 volts. They're available on Amazon for, I think I paid 10 or 11 bucks for a pair of them. I'll put a link in the description below, as well as a link to the Petsfang. Here's the package it came in. Sound original 24 volt. It's probably not much of a better fan than the one that came with it, but at least I can get them easily, and I've made it fairly easy to replace them. And if you print this thing, this Petsfang, and it's on Thingiverse, and I will put a link to it as well. Certainly isn't anything I designed. If you print this, do yourself a favor. Read his descriptions really well, because there's about 20 files that come with it. You only need 2 of them, and he even tells you the correct orientation to print them, where to put support, settings to use, things like that. I printed a couple of spaghetti monsters because I didn't read it first. And what it's printing now is what's called the Modular System, also on Thingiverse, and again I'll try and get a link to that as well. And that's going to be a holder for my phone. I've already printed some of the other parts to it, but it's kind of flimsy for this phone I've got. But this is going to let me mount it on a regular tripod, which I have several of. Hopefully will make things a little bit better. And the Petsfang blows out the sides, each side of these ducts, in toward the vent, and it's very well engineered, fits super well. It even tells you what fasteners to buy, what screws, what size, things like that. My Ace Hardware had all of it. I doubt Lowe's or Home Depot would have had the little 3mm socket head screws, but Ace certainly did. And it fits well, and it's pretty darned easy to put on. He suggested wiring a capacitor. I think it was a capacitor into the fan, because supposedly this fan doesn't like the pulse width modulation signals that the Ender 3 puts out to spin it at slower speeds. I didn't put it in. I thought I'd give it a try without it because I didn't have one and didn't feel like tracking one down or waiting to order one. And it seems to run fine on 100%. And right now all of my settings have the fan on 100% on layer 2 and above, or off completely if I'm trying to make another failed attempt at printing ABS. And I've pretty much given up on ABS because I am not going to completely enclose this printer, and apparently that's what you really need to do it. So I'll probably wind up picking up some PETG and using for what I wanted to use ABS for. And I don't know if I showed it in my last video, but I also printed that insulated cup holder there you see in green, which actually worked out exceptionally well in the first time. It's also on Thingiverse, and the guy who made it, Commando Designs, has a YouTube channel, which is pretty interesting. He does a lot of other things in 3D printing, gets involved in cars and painting and some pretty cool stuff. That's about all I can think of right at the moment. If you have any questions about the Petsfang, give me a holler or look at the Thingiverse link I'll put in. As I said, you really need to read the documentation and even watch all the little videos he puts in if you want to do it right the first time. But as complicated as it sounded, it really turned out to be pretty simple. And now I have a fan that actually doesn't make ridiculous sounds, and I don't have to be blasting down with WD-40 and having you guys tell me it'll gum it all up. Yeah, I know that. It was just temporary to keep it alive. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I will be back soon with another video, I hope. And hopefully, my little camera holder will be mounted and you guys won't have to put up with my shaky hands anymore. How about that? Won't that be great? Have a good one, guys. Talk to you later.